Common indices to lecture number 18 is fluorescent brightening agents. Table of contents. The table of contents of this lecture are FBA for cellulosic fiber, OBA removal process, common uses and uses of optical brighteners, role of OBAs in textile wet processing, categories of OBAs and conclusions. So in this lecture, you will learn about the fluorescent brightening agents for cellulosic fibers. So what is the effect of fluorescent brightening agents on cellulosic fibers? How we can remove the optical brightening agents? And which processes are involved for the removal of optical brightening agents? What are the end uses of optical brightening agents? And what are the common uses of fluorescent brightening agents? What is the role of optical brightening agents in textile wet processing? And which are the important categories of optical brightening agents? Fluorescent brightening agent for cellulosic fiber. So what is the purpose of FBA for cellulosic fiber? Or what are the methods of fluorescent brightening agents for cellulosic fiber? There are two methods of fluorescent brightening agents for cellulosic fiber. One is the Trypanol BV, 2B, GS, RBN, 4BM, and second is Blanco 4Cl. So what is Trypanol BV, 2B, GS, RBN, 4BM method? Applied by exhaustion or padding method. Exhaust at pH 8 to 11 or high. Salt should be used for exhausting Trypanol BV on the fiber. Trypanol 4BM is suitable for application by the padding technique. So the Trypanol methods could be applied by the exhaustion or the padding technique. It would be exhaust at pH ranges at 8 to 11. It could be possible that the pH would be higher than 11. So for Trypanol BV, the salt should be used for the exhaustion purposes. The salts are used for exhausting Trypanol BV on the fiber. What is the purpose of Trypanol 4BM and which technique is best for Trypanol 4BM? For Trypanol 4BM, the padding technique is suitable. Blanco 4Cl. The second method for fluorescent brightening agent for cellulosic fiber is Blanco 4Cl. Blanco 4Cl is intending for whitening cellulosic fiber. It is stable to hydrochloride and chloride bleach bath so that it may be applied while bleaching with these bleaching agents. Fluoride BW stables alkaline hydrogen peroxide and peroxide bleach and hence can be applied during bleaching. It can be applied by exhaust dyeing method since it has affinity for cellulosic fiber. So what is the purpose of the Blanco 4Cl or what is the application of Blanco 4Cl? This method is used for the whitening purposes. So the Blanco 4Cl is used for whitening the cellulosic fiber. It has a property that it is stable to bleaches such as hydrochloride and chloride bleaches. So it could also be used for the bleaching purposes. What is the purpose of fluoride BW? The fluoride BW stables alkaline hydrogen peroxide and peroxide bleaches. It could also be applied for the bleaching purposes, or it performs the function of bleaching. It can be applied by exhaust dyeing method, and it has affinity for cellulosic fiber. So, for Blanco Cl, the exhaust dyeing method is suitable, and it has a property that it has an affinity for cellulosic fiber. So, it could be suitable for the cellulosic fiber. OBA removal process. How we can remove the optical brightening agents? A simple OBA stripping technique given below can be adopted in Gigas very efficiently, and you can strip off almost 98% of OBA. Method of process flow given below. So, for the removal of optical brightening agents, a stripping technique is suitable. And this technique can be applied very efficiently. In this technique, we can strip off almost 98% of optical brightening agents. Method of process flow are wetting the fabric, oxidative bleaching, and many other processes. Number 1 is the wetting the fabric. In this method, we require soap. The quantity of soap is 1 gram per liter, soda ash 1 gram per liter, the procedure of this method is that treat the fabric at 70 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. So first method for optical brightening agent removal process is wetting the fabric. For this purpose we need soap. The quantity of soap is 1 gram per liter and soda ash is 1 gram per liter. In the removal process, we can treat the fabric at 70 degrees centigrade of temperature for 30 minutes. So, by applying this procedure, we can remove the optical brightening agent. Number 2, oxidative bleaching. In this method, we need potassium permanganate, KMnO4, 0.5%, wait it cold for 30 minutes, do the same bath and add hydrochloric acid 35% concentration, 3 times the quantity of KMnO4, continue run for another 30 minutes. Then raise the temperature to 50 degrees centigrade and run for 30 minutes. Drain the bath, cold wash for 30 minutes. So in this method we need potassium permanganate, KMnO4. The quantity of potassium permanganate KMnO4 is 0.5%. We can wait it at cold for 30 minutes. In the same bath, we will add the hydrochloric acid 35% concentration. So, firstly we added the potassium permanganate 0.5%, and then in the same bath we added the hydrochloric acid 35% concentration. The quantity of hydrochloric acid is 3 times the quantity of KMnO4. After this, we will allow it to continue run for 30 minutes. After this process, we will raise the temperature to 50 degrees centigrade and continue running for another 30 minutes. After the completion of this procedure, we will drain the bath by providing the cold wash for 30 minutes. So in this way, we can remove the OBA optical brightening agent. Common uses. What are the common uses of optical brightening agents? Brighteners are commonly added to laundry detergents to replace whitening agents, removed during washing, and to make the clothes appear cleaner. So the purpose of brightening agents is to make the fabric whiter and brighter. They are also added in the laundry detergents as a whitening agents. Optical brighteners have replaced blue ink, which was formerly used to produce the same effect. So, in the ancient time, a blue pigment or the blue dye was used to whiten or brighten the fabric. Now, optical brighteners have replaced the blue ink. Some brighteners can cause allergic reaction when in contact with skin, depending on the individuals. So, there are some brighteners which will cause the allergic reaction when we use the optical brighteners and when they contact with the skin. So it depends upon the sensitivity of skin or the individual. Brighteners are used in many papers, especially high brightener paper, resulting in their strongly fluorescent appearance under UV illuminations. So the optical brightening agents or the brighteners are used in many papers. Their purpose is to brighten the papers. So in the process of brightening, they result in a strong fluorescent appearance, and they will fluorescent under the UV illumination. So if you provide the UV radiation, the optical brightening agents will produce the fluorescence. Paper brightness is typically measured at 457 nanometer, well within the fluorescent activity range of brightness. So the paper brightness is measured at the wavelength of 457 nanometer. It is well within the fluorescent activity range of the brightener. So this range works well within the fluorescent activity range of brighteners. Paper used for banknotes does not contain optical brighteners. So a common method for detecting counterfeit notes is to check for fluorescence. So the banknotes does not contain the optical brighteners or the optical brightening agents. So a common method is used for detecting the counterfeit notes is to check their fluorescence. Optical brighteners have also found use in cosmetics. The optical brightening agents for the optical brighteners are also found in the cosmetics. One application is to formulas for washing and conditioning grey or the blonde hair, where the brightener can not only increase the luminance and sparkle of the hair, but can also correct dull, yellowish discoloration without darkening the hair. So the optical brightening agents are useful for washing and conditioning the hair. They are useful for washing and conditioning the grey or the blonde hair. So they may not only increase the luminance and sparkle of the hair, but they are also useful to correct the dull, shallowish discoloration of the hair without any side effect. So in this way, the optical brightening agents increase the luminance and sparkle of the hair, but also remove the dullness, yellowness, and discoloration of the hair without darkening the hair. Some advanced face and eye powders contain optical brightener microspheres that brighten shadowed or dark areas of the skin, such as tired eyes. So the optical brightening agents are also found in the face and eye powders. So the face and eye powders contain the optical brightener microspheres. The purpose of the optical brightener microsphere is to brighten the dark circles of the skin. So the optical brightening microspheres not only brighten the shadowed or dark areas of the skin, but it is also useful to remove the tiredness from the eye. A side effect of textile optical whitening is to make the treated fabrics more visible with night vision devices than non-treated ones. So the optical brightening agents may have some drawbacks. So the textile fabrics which are treated with the optical brightening agents are more visible with the night vision devices. So those fabrics which are not treated with the optical brightening agents may not be visible with the night vision devices. So this may not be useful for military or the other applications. This may or may not be desirable for military or other applications. Optically brightened paper is often not useful in exacting photographic or art applications, since the whiteness decreases with the time. So the optical brightening agents are also not useful in the art application or exacting photography, because their whiteness decreases with the time when we use the optical brightened paper. And uses of optical brighteners include: number 1, detergent brightener instead of bluing agent. So the optical brightening agents are used as a detergent whitener. Optical brightening agents has replaced the bluing agents. The bluing was an ancient technique which was used to dye the fabric. So the optical brightening agents has replaced the old technique of bluing. Number 2, paper brightening, internal or inner coating. The optical brightening agents are used for the brightening of the paper. Number 3, fiber brightening, internal, added to polymer mass. The optical brightening agents are also used for the whitening or brightening the fibers. Number 4, textile brightening, external, added to the fabric finishes. The optical brightening agents are used for whitening or brightening the textile materials. Number 5, color correcting or brightening additive in advanced cosmetic formulas. The optical brightening agents are found in the cosmetics and they are used for the color correcting or brightening the additives in advanced cosmetic formulas. They are also used in the shampoos, conditioners, and they are also found in the eye makeups. Role of optical brightening agents in textile wetting process. So what is the role of the optical brighteners or the optical brightening agents in the textile wet processing. Number 1. Textile substrate of natural or the synthetic fibers are contaminated in the raw state by substances of varying degrees of yellowness. So the textile materials such as natural or the synthetic fibers are obtained as a raw material, and these contains a yellowness towards a varying degrees. How we can remove the yellowness that is present on the natural or the synthetic fibers? Number 2. Bleaching is required to remove the yellowish cast. So, to remove the yellowness from the natural or the synthetic fibers, bleaching is required. Number 3. Chemical bleaching agents destroy the yellow coloring matter in the fibers. So, certain chemical bleaching agents destroy the fabrics or the textile material. Number 4. However, even if bleaching processes are carried to a technically acceptable limits of damage to the fibers, they never succeed in completely removing this intrinsic color. So the bleaching processes may also damage the fibers. They never succeed in completely removing the intrinsic color. How we can obtain a good optical brightening agents or the whitening agents with no side effects? Number 5. To produce the color white, it is necessary to dye with the fluorescent whitener. So, the fluorescent whiteners are suitable to whiten or brighten the fabrics. OBS used in textiles can be divided into three categories. So, the optical brightening agents which are used in the textiles are divided into the three categories. Number 1. Products containing sulfonic acid groups corresponding to acid dyes for cotton, wool and polymers. First category is the products that contains the sulfonic acid groups. So it corresponds to as a acetic dyes. It is useful for cotton, wool and polyamides. Number 2. Cationic whiteners. Cationic whiteners that behave in the same way as basic dyes for polyacrylonitrile fibers. So the cationic whiteners work same as the basic dyes. They are useful for the polyacrylonitrile fibers. Number 3. Whiteners containing no solubilizing groups. So the third category of the optical brightening agents is whiteners containing no solubilizing groups. Whiteners containing no solubilizing groups corresponding to dispersed dyes for polyesters and secondary acetate fibers. So this category is suitable for the dispersed dyes. This is useful for polyester and secondary acetate fibers. So the optical brightening agents are divided into the three categories. One is the product containing sulfonic acid groups, second is the cationic whiteners, third is the whiteners containing no solubilizing groups. Conclusions. At the first conclusion, we can say that most of the typical commercial detergents of domestic use appear to contain a considerable amount of optical brighteners. So the optical brighteners or the optical brightening agents are present in the domestic detergents. A considerable amount of optical brightening agent is present in the commercial detergents. The effect of optical brightness on the color textures appear to be different depending on the color, that is to say, on corresponding region of the spectrum. So, the effect of optical brightening agents is different on different color. This is due to the corresponding region of the spectrum. It seems to be more visible on the violet-blue colors and almost insignificant on orange and red. However, even in these colors, a slight effect can be observed in the case of lower fastness. So the optical brightening effect is different in different colors. The optical brightening effect is more visible on the violet-blue colors as compared to the orange and red colors. In orange and red, a insignificant effect of optical brightening agents is observed. The lighter the color is, more intense the optical brightness effect can be, even in colors with good fastness. So, the optical brightening effect is also related with the fastness. So, the colors which are lighter, the optical brightening effect is more intense as compared to the colors which are darker. Dark colors presenting lower fastness to washing showed only a small difference on hue. So the dark colors show lower fastness as compared to the light colors. So a small difference is observed in case of difference in colors or the optical brightening effects. Assignments. Assignment number 1 is, what are the side effects of optical brightening agents? Assignment number 2 is, what is the role of optical brightening agents in textile wet processing?